starting off the vlog waiting for Josh, which is basically the story of my life. Anyone else out there have to wait for your husband for everything? He's gotten better over the years, but still waiting. We'll always wait, but still waiting.
What are you doing?
Just waiting. Always waiting for somebody. Alright, now that we have left the house.
You want to get there?
Yeah. We are going to Whole Foods today, and as we told you in last week's video, we are doing just a little food haul, showing you what we buy, different, and kind of just walking you guys through how we eat, how we meal prep, the mindset behind why we eat what we do, and all of that.
Why we eat, the mindset behind why we eat.
So we'll bring you to Whole Foods with us and just kind of bring you through this morning. Guys, we are back home from our little Whole Foods haul, and I'm just going to show you what we got. So we don't shop all the time at Whole Foods. We go, maybe like once a week right now, but that's probably going to be even less because their prices just keep going up and up and up. But there are just certain things we love at Whole Foods, and these things, most of these things we could find at like Costco. We haven't gone to Costco since we've moved here just because it hasn't been as close, but that's definitely it's somewhere we just need to start going again because we love their food. We love that you get a lot for what you pay for, and it just lasts you a little bit longer. So maybe that will be an upcoming haul, but I did still want to show you what we got today because we've been on repeat with a lot of these things for the past few months. So I'm just going to kind of go through and show you as I sip on my Zevia, which is like our favorite thing ever. So I got a whole pack of the root beer Zevia. This one's my favorite flavor, and then I also like the creamy root beer one. The other ones are okay, but those are like my top two. So let's just get into it. But you guys know by now, I think in like every grocery haul that we've done over the last few years here on YouTube, Dave's Color Bread is just our favorite, and we've been buying them forever. It just tastes amazing, the quality is amazing, and it has a good amount of fiber in all of their products, which is something that's really important to us, as you know if you've watched the last couple of videos. So recently we've tried their Rye Bread, which is so good. And then this one has a little bit less fiber than their other one that we get. It's still 3 grams per slice though, so still pretty good. And then we also get their bagels. They're the best bagels ever. So much better than any other kind that we've gotten. And again, it has 5 grams of fiber per bagel, which is awesome. And it also has 13 grams of protein, which is pretty good too. And then the main bread that we really like and that Kai has for his sandwiches is this 21 whole grains and seeds bread. It's just, I love it. It's so good. 1.5 grams of fat, 22 grams of carbs, 5 grams of fiber, and 5 grams of protein. So you really can't go wrong. And the last Dave's product we stocked up on, because usually our normal store will have the regular bread and the rye bread, but they don't usually have the bagels. So we got 2 things of those, and then we got their English muffins too, which are really good. So these also have a good 3 grams of fiber in them. They're just delicious. So if you haven't ever tried Dave's Color Bread before, try them out. See if you can find them. They're usually at like up here on the East Coast, Northeast. We have Stop and Shop, but at your local grocery store they should have them. Otherwise I think Target has them too. So pro tip. So that's like what we use for bread, whole grain products. And then on the bagels lately, Josh has been loving the salmon, so we get this smoked salmon. We love sushi. We're sushi lovers, so this just is delicious. We get the one with the cracked pepper and garlic on it, and it is so good. So for reference, 2 ounces of this, which this is kind of pricey, I guess wild salmon is pricey in general, but for 2 ounces of this, it's 13 grams of protein, no carbs, and 2.5 grams of fat. So the whole package is 26 grams of protein. I ate half the 2 ounce serving myself, usually with the bagel, which has also 13 grams of protein, I think I said, so you get a good amount if you pair it with something else that has protein in it too. So we love these. For veggies, I think I showed these in my little Whole Foods Real favorites from last time, but we have been really loving the Taylor Farms little kits. So these are just the stir fry kits. They come with all the chopped veggies in them. They're fresh. I don't know if you could freeze them. I don't think you can. Maybe you can. I don't know. It says keep refrigerated. But they have different flavors. These are our 2 favorites. The ginger garlic and the teriyaki is so good. And it comes with this little pack of sauce in it. So you just saute it up with a little olive oil. You throw the sauce in it. And it's delicious. They didn't list the macros for the sauce on the package. Like, it just tells you the macros for the vegetables, I believe. Maybe I could be wrong, but I did go on their website and they have the nutrition facts for the sauce on there. So if you are tracking macros, that's just a little pro tip for you. And then normally we will also buy like frozen veggies, but since we were at Whole Foods, I tend to just get, they have really cool little ones that come pre-chopped already. And honestly, if it makes your life easier, I say just do it, and it makes our life much easier here. Not being in our own house, I don't always want to come in here and cook. There's always people around, and like my dad's often cooking in here, so it can get hard to share things. So I'll usually just throw these in the air fryer. So I just got Brussels sprouts that are chopped, and then the cauliflower, the tricolor cauliflower, which is one of my favorites. I'll literally just throw a little bit of olive oil and throw them in the air fryer with nothing else, and they're delicious. But that's like my easy way of getting vegetables in, especially when I don't feel like cooking them. And then I haven't tried these before ever, but I just got their beet noodles. Beets are such a pain in the butt to cook. I hate it. So I'll either eat pickled beets that come in like a jar or something like this. So with these, I'll probably just throw this raw on a salad, or just throw it in like a rice bowl, just another option to get some veggies in. So that, and then we always just have spinach. I have spinach like 3 times a day. I'll saute it up really fast. It cooks really fast and easily. So it's one of those things that's like my go-to. Like if we have no vegetables left in the fridge, I just saute some spinach in olive oil, garlic powder. Usually that's it. And it's fine. And I'll throw it again as a side in a bowl, or I'll just make a big spinach salad. So we always get the big container of spinach. Alright, and then this is not like a normal thing that we get, but we are going to our friend's house for dinner, and often we'll talk with clients about how to navigate situations like that. But these friends of ours also eat fairly healthy, and they have like a baby who's, I think he just turned a month old or 6 weeks. So we didn't want them going crazy with cooking things for us, and we didn't want to order pizza or anything like that. So Josh and I just picked up a couple of those sides that are like pre-made at Whole Foods. So we got the vegetarian roasted green beans, obviously it's vegetarian, with peppers, olives, and capers. Looked really good, so we got those. And then we got the roasted tomato and pesto pasta salad. So again, these actually do have the macros on it, so that's really cool. But we got 2 containers of each of these to bring, where we're gonna bring some steaks, grill them up there, and we're all just gonna hang out. And like, that's just an example of how we would handle going to a friend's house. Obviously things would be different if they were cooking, or like if we had our own house, we would probably cook for them, but we don't invite people here to my parents' house, and we're going to their house, and they just had a new baby. So like, yeah, that's that. Berries, raspberries and blackberries. You guys know I love my berries. I have them every morning with breakfast, so we're constantly going through these, buying them. Kai loves them, the dogs eat them, Josh eats them. We just love berries. So high in fiber, really easy to just add into a meal. And that's all I have to say about the berries. We also love nuts. So we have just all kinds of nuts in the pantry. Josh loves these flavored pistachio nuts. So these are the chili roasted. These are the sea salt and vinegar. I really like the almonds, the coconut. I don't know if you guys have seen them. They're the Blue Diamond brand, I believe. Coconut, toasted coconut almonds or something. They're so good. They're like a dessert. And then they have like the cocoa chocolate ones too that are really good. And then they also have like the wasabi ones. So we love nuts. They're also a great option for like to have with something else for a snack, or just if you need something quick. Love nuts. That just set me up for a meme or something. And if Josh was here, he would be making fun of me. And then for like cereal stuff, the s'mores granola from Whole Foods, like I would go to Whole Foods just to get this. It's so good. It has little marshmallows and dark chocolate chip pieces in it. Kai loves this. We put it on like yogurt, things like that. So we do like granola. And then Josh and Kai also really love this Raisin Bran by Nature's Path. And then again, just higher in fiber than a normal cereal would be. So this, for 1 1/4 cups, has 9 grams of fiber, 45 carbs, but 9 grams of fiber, and that's pretty good. So, you know, things we're looking for when we shop. It's not that the normal non-organic brand of the cereal is bad. We have that in the pantry too. My dad eats it. Josh just had it, I think, yesterday morning. Kai eats it. But when we can, we try to find the option that has more fiber, a little less sugar maybe, and just makes more sense and makes us feel our best. So it's not that we're buying these things because they say organic or because they're from Whole Foods. We're just looking at the quality of the food, if it's something that we enjoy, and just how it fits within the meals that we like to eat. So just a little side note there. We'll dive into the mindset behind that and a little bit more of that stuff once Josh is done with his call. These, I'm sure you guys have seen me eat these before. These dried mangoes are the best. Dried fruit is a great way to get in more carbs if you struggle with reaching your carb goal, which some people do. And then we got some pickles, just because I needed pickles. And then we also just got avocados and sweet potatoes back there. Those are like staples. Sweet potatoes, we'll usually roast them in the oven or in the air fryer, and then the avocados I put on everything. I have avocado toast every day. I'll put it in like a bowl with our chicken meatballs. I will put it on a burger. I usually have like half an avocado at a time, and usually ends up being one full avocado every day. And then the last thing that I got was just some dark chocolate. I picked these random ones. I think we've had this brand before. I've never had this brand, but they're just a nice little sweet treat for me to have if I'm craving something sweet after lunch or after dinner. There's nothing wrong with any other snacks. I just really enjoy dark chocolate. So that's our little Whole Foods haul. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing that, and I'm just waiting for Josh to get off his call. He's on a call for Fit Coach Pro, and then we'll sit down and chat with you guys about how our weeks went with our dieting phases, and just talk about some more nutrition common questions and mindsets that we discuss often with our clients. So see you in a minute. Alright you guys, so grocery shopping complete. We thought it would be just a good idea to kind of walk you through our mindset when it comes to, one, grocery shopping and buying food, and two, the meals that we eat and sort of how we prepare them. You guys have seen at this point our meal prep videos, how we usually batch cook. Things have shifted a little bit here, and we'll go into that as well as a little third point here. But as far as like our mindset when it comes to grocery shopping, the bulk of what we're buying are those single ingredient food sources. So we talked about this a little bit on the podcast last week, but basically we're focusing on the whole nutrient dense foods, single ingredient foods. So things like fruits and vegetables, chicken, meat,
Whole grains.
so you know, the things that are deemed clean eating, we don't like to label it as that. And it all comes back around to mindset, which again, we dived into a lot in the podcast.
We dove into it.
In the podcast. We obviously don't restrict anything either. Today's food haul was a little bit healthier, quote unquote, because we were just getting our like staples from Whole Foods. But when we go to like the normal grocery store, we're getting ice cream and we're getting things too. But I would kind of say, as of right now, we don't eat those things every day, like as much as we used to.
No, like she said, we don't do quote-unquote clean eating, healthy foods. We just are drawn to foods that make us feel good. So we know what those are. We talk a lot about nutrient density and diversity, so we try not to get the same things every single time, try not to get the same fruits, not to get the same vegetables, even just switching up the color of your potatoes. So white, purple, sweet potatoes. Kind of mix that up, and every different thing you're taking in, it's a different source of fiber. It's a more diverse nutrient profile. So you're just kind of filling in those blanks and making sure your body isn't deficient in any one area. So yeah, we still have unclean things and a treat once in a while, but honestly, since we started tracking and doing this, it's been few and far between. Like, I'm not even finishing every day with a yasso bar at this point. I'm meeting my targets. I'm filling it up with healthy foods that I feel really good with, and because of that, I feel really good. So that's the whole point. So nothing to restrict or kind of stray away from, but as you dive into this, you're gonna feel how your body reacts, and we know how our bodies are responding, and we know what makes us feel good. So those are the things we're drawn to. So it's not specifics, it's just we feel good doing this. Good things are happening when we consume these foods, so we continue to do that.
Yeah, and when it comes to making our own meals and things like that throughout the day, Josh and I don't eat the same exact meals per se. We eat a lot of the same foods. Kona is picking her most annoying toy in the background. We eat a lot of the same foods, of course, because we buy the foods together and we have them here in the house. But when it comes to like what we're actually putting on our plates look different for pretty much every meal, I would say. Occasionally we'll go out to eat, or we'll make a dinner together. We'll have the same thing, but even at that point, serving sizes are a little bit different. We just prefer different things. So it's okay to not eat exactly the same as your spouse or as your family, and if you do like eating the same as them, then that's also okay. So I'm sure that will sort of shift a little bit as Kai gets older. Right now he kind of eats like his own things, but
even that, like, we'll make him oats, and I'll put in like spirulina, chlorella, golden milk powder, chia seeds, flax seeds, goji berries, blueberries, blackberries. Like, we'll mix up those things, so he knows what he likes. We just kind of throw something in with oats and peanut butter, and we'll kind of switch those things up. So even Kai is getting that nutrient diversity as we're switching those things up. So he's picky. We kind of trick him, and he still loves it. So.
It works. But I mean, when it comes to food and when it comes to trying to hit a certain goal, you have to really make sure it's something that you enjoy and you're not just eating it because it's what you do as a family or what you've always done. There are many different routes to get to the end goal, like Josh talks about all the time, and you really just have to figure out what's going to work best for you, what's going to make your life the easiest. Hold yourself accountable to those goals just as much as you deserve to eat foods that you enjoy. You deserve to reach your goals. So again, you just have to figure out where you are going to compromise and what you're willing to do to reach the goals that you have. So we'll keep rolling and update you on our progress from this week's cut and bulk, week 3, 2.
Completion of week 2.
Completion of week 2. Alright, you guys, so it is Sunday and we're doing our little check-in with you. So we just completed week 2 of my cut and Josh's bulk, and we're just going to kind of give you a very quick update as far as what's going on, if we're going to change anything, and just what happened this week. So I started, you guys know, my starting weight was like in the 138s. My average last week for week 1 was 135.3. My average this week was 134.3. So exactly 1 pound on average down, which is perfect. That's what we want. Generally, for most people, we want to aim for about 1 to 2 pounds loss in a cut phase per week as a general recommendation. So I'm right within that, which is perfect. And the reason why we don't want to go any faster than that is because we want to make sure that this is sustainable. So if we were to push it a lot faster, where you're losing like 3, 5, 6 pounds in a week, that's usually not going to be something that can be sustained long term. So feeling really good. Energy levels have been up. Training has been going really well. This week I'm starting my workouts at 5:30 in the morning again, and today's was the first one and it just felt so much better. So I'm excited to continue to do that. Digestion has been good, sleep has been good, habits have been much more consistent this week, and I'm overall just feeling really good. So 2 weeks down and I'm not changing macros yet since I am seeing progress. So we only change macros when, one, you're being really consistent in hitting those numbers usually every day, if not 6 out of 7 days per week, and 2, you've hit a plateau. So because I'm trending downward in the direction that I want to go, there's no need to adjust. So that's my update.
For me, I started just under 200 pounds, I believe. The scale was off, so just under 201 pounds. And really I've maintained the first couple weeks. So the reason I'm okay with that is because good things are still happening. So the first week or two is typically establishing a baseline, which that's what I did. I was maintaining very well, but I'm actually leaning out right now. I'm still getting stronger, so good things are still happening. When we're talking about a lean bulk, the point isn't to see a pound every single week. I've done that before. It's not super efficient at this stage of a lifting career. So, you know, the first year or two that you're lifting, you can see results a whole lot quicker. Once you've been doing this for 5, 10 plus years, Kona, what are you doing? Once you've been doing this for 5, 10 plus years, progress isn't going to be, you're not going to get those newbie gains. So the progress is not nearly as quick as that is. So what I want to do is make sure I am continuing to get stronger. I'm fueling myself optimally. Good things are happening. So if I notice that body comp wasn't improving, strength leveled off, and weight wasn't doing anything, that tells me it's time to move up. So then we'll kind of start sparking and wanting to see the scale increase. But right now, as I'm leaning out, as strength is still improving, I'm not rushing into that. So I'm still not making adjustment going into week 3. Weight on average was up a tiny bit. I went from 200.6 pounds to 200.9 pounds on my weekly average from after week 1 to conclusion of week 2, which I'm good with. Sleep has been terrible. That's really the one area I'm struggling with right now. I'm waking up throughout the night and it's kind of really messing with everything else. But overall, energy has been really good. Digestion has been good. I'm in a good place overall as far as managing stress. Habits are in a decent place. I'm gonna swap out the stretching one. I'm very good with the meditation. I'm very good with the reading before bed, and I think I'm gonna swap stretching for a morning walk because that's just been, it's been a better vibe. So I think I'm gonna swap those in. But other than that, I'm happy with how things are going. Again, gonna be conservative, only adjust numbers when we need to because we wanna keep the efficiency of those adjustments. So that's where we're at.
And that's the end of this video. So we will see you guys next week for another vlog type video like this one, and I'll keep it a surprise for now. But stay tuned and we'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.